The people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors. They eat jollof. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It is very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear. Oh, now go with the go so. Herdsmen they kill us every day for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Who be that? I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jollof. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It is very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear. Oh, now go with the go so. Herdsmen they kill us every day for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Who be that? I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jollof. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It is very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner.
Ndewo.
Disconnected.
Welcome everyone. Let's observe a minute silence before we continue. A minute silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra.
Connected.
celebrate our heroes, both our heroes living and those that have passed on, as we continue to fight on to see that the freedom of Biafran people comes. I bring you warm greetings, and before I continue, let us play this piece. The blood still speaks.
4,998 gone in 1 year. Benue burned 85 in 1 year. Benue burned 85 in a week. The world's still clear. Benue burned 85. 6,000 run from Plateau Plains. Still clear. No soldier near. 6,000. Mother, toddler, child, no names, just ashes, stones. They danced on pews we bled to build. They smiled while saints were shot, and still they call it clash, not plot. The blood still speaks. It don't forget, it don't forgive. It cries unreal. The blood still speaks. It stains the ground, it marks the map. It won't back down. The blood still speaks. You'll hear it now. Not vengeance, just the sound of truth aloud. They gave jobs to those who killed us, built houses for those who burned. But our mothers sleep in sewage, our church is still unreturned. They call them reform fighters, we call them neighbors' graves. We bury the baptized, they rebrand the depraved. And every time we cry for help, they quote us stats and peace. But you can't plant hope on land where justice is deceased. The blood still speaks. In burning fields, in Boko smoke, in Gwaza's hills. The blood still speaks. In Sunday shoes, still soaked in red, inside the pews. The blood still speaks. From girl to God, from grave to sky, from ash to rock. They killed us slow, they named it war, they blamed it strife, they closed the door. But we know truth, it bleeds then burns, it waits in wells, it always returns. So build your silence tall and proud, our blood will pull it down out loud. The blood still speaks. The blood still roars. It shakes the dome. It breaks the floor. The blood still speaks. From every name you failed to say, still flames remain. The blood still speaks. Not for revenge, but for the king. The betrayal will not be this. Will not be shame, will not be silence, will not be blame. The blood still speaks. And it speaks your name. We are still here. We are not the end. We are the witness. blood still speaks. Oh, 4,998 gone in 1 year. Benue burned 85 in a week. The world's still clear. 6,000 run from Plateau Plains. No soldier near. December 25, the killers came. No Christmas cheer. 140 killed in Christmas raids. Churches crushed like brittle bones. Pregnant mother, toddler child. No names, just ashes, stones. They danced on pews we bled to build. They smiled while saints were shot and still they call it clash, not plot. The blood still speaks. It don't forget. It don't forgive. It cries unread. The blood still speaks. It stains the ground. It marks the map. It won't back down. The blood still speaks. You'll hear it now. Not vengeance, just the sound of truth aloud. They gave jobs to those who killed us, built houses for those who burned. But our mothers sleep in sewage, our church is still unreturned. They call them reform fighters, we call them neighbors' graves. We bury the baptized, they rebrand the depraved. And every time we cry for help, they quote us stats and peace. But you can't plant hope on land where justice is deceased. The blood still speaks. In burning fields, in Boko smoke, in Gwaza's hills, the blood still speaks. In Sunday shoes, still soaked in red, inside the pew, the blood still speaks. From girl to God, from grave to sky, from ash to rod. They killed us slow, they named it war, they blamed it tribe, they closed the door. But we know truth, it bleeds then burns, it waits in wells, it always returns. So build your silence tall and proud, our blood will pull it down out loud. The blood still speaks. The blood still roars. It shakes the dome. It breaks the floor. The blood still speaks. From every name you failed to say, still flames remain. The blood still speaks. Not for revenge, but for the king. The betrayal will not be this. Will not be shame, will not be silence, will not be blame. The blood still speaks, and it speaks your name. We are still here, we are not the end. We are the witness, the blood still speaks. Ooh.
Yes. And the blood still speaks. Someone said in the comment section, my voice is not coming out well. Please check if my voice is coming out well. Let me know. Please, if my voice is coming out well, let me know. If it's not coming out well, let me know. Please check those in the comment section on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. If my voice is coming out well, please let me know. Thank you to everyone for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those of you in TikTok, I want to encourage you and teach you how to be doing something. You see, I have been live on TikTok for the past 1 hour, and then I was not saying anything, but I was only playing music of liberation. I was playing music that was giving a message. Yes, in that music was embedded hope. In that music was embedded aspiration. In that music was embedded solution. In that music was embedded displeasure of what our leaders have done, displeasure of how the religious leaders, the traditional leaders, and all those that we had lived up to see do something. In that music, we saw that the music was expressing that they have disappointed the people. Even those that went alongside with them and were shouting NSAS, 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 they have gone back to do what? To dine with them, to drink wine with them, and to collect their own portion of the cake. So, if you are on TikTok and you only go to TikTok to sit down and catch fun, it's opportunity for you to, even when you don't want to talk, you don't know what to do, open that TikTok, be playing a music that sends resonating message of freedom, a message of hope, a message of aspiration, a message that interprets action into action, a message that interprets written languages into action, a message that educates people, a message that is telling people something. Because I've seen some of you on TikTok, all you do is to sit down there to embark on misinformation and propaganda, blackmail and slander. Some of you will open TikTok and then you put the face of Martin Namdekano on the platform. Because you know that when you put Martin Namdekano's face, everybody will rush in there to come and hear what you want to talk. But at the end of the day, you are not talking and delivering a message that will bring the people together or show them the way or make them understand what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preaching and has been preaching. Neither are you even telling people about the solution on ground, the way forward. But you're there just to do misinformation because of your personal interest. Some of you need to stop this. And it is not the Afonjas that are doing this. It is not the Fulanis that are doing this. It is fellow Biafrans like me that engage in this kind of thing. It's too bad. It's too bad. So when you open a TikTok program, if you're unable to speak, put music that is playing out there. There are many Biafrans that have sung music that is actually a music of freedom, music of liberation, music that is sending message. Put that music, then when people walk past, they hear the kind of music that is playing out there. That music will do what? Capture their mind. That music will bring them in. If I am playing a music of I did not jump bail now, and then somebody walk past is hearing I did not jump bail, oh, I did not jump bail, that person will be captured to get to know more about I did not jump the bell. What is it about I did not jump the bell? What is it about Mazen Namdekan that are singing I did not jump bell? But some of you put his face. You sit down there, you start gossiping, you start claiming right, you start looking for what you have not even done. Many of you, when Martin Amdekano was here, contributed nothing to Biafra. You did not come out to give him the support. You only sit on the fence to see whether he will fail or whether he will win. So you wait to see if he wins, you clap. If he doesn't win, you clap. Then you will say, Are you doing him? You're not doing him. While he is in prison now, while Mazi Simon Ekpa is in prison now, while many other Biafrans are in prison now, has that stopped the Boko Haram terrorists from coming to kill you? No. Since Mazi Amdekano was kidnapped, how has the increase in kidnapping been? Since Mazi Amdekano was in prison, how has the increase in the genocide been? Since Mazi Amdekano was taken out of the way, how has Nigeria slided into suicide? How has Nigeria gone into that explosion level, which is about to happen? How has everything been? You see, it's either they kidnap 500 today in this area, tomorrow they kidnap 300. Next tomorrow they kidnap 200. Another day they kidnap, another day is, if it's not the Boko Haram terrorist that is kidnapping you, it is the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Air Force, the Nigerian Police, the Nigerian Navy that is shooting you to death. There are two things involved. Either Boko Haram is the one killing you, or is Nigerian Army or Nigerian Police or Nigerian Air Force or Nigerian Navy that is the one killing you. And then you go and open a platform, you sit down, you're looking for coins. You say, tap the screen, give me coin, drop a gift. All these gifts that you collect on TikTok, which one have you used to support Biafra? Have you used any of the gifts, any of the coins that you collect on TikTok? Have you used it to support Biafra? Do you think that we need too much from you? If all of you that do TikTok live and do live program on many platforms, and then you gain some coins, you gain 50 cents, you gain 20 cents, you gain 100 cents, you gain 1,000 cents, you gain some money. If you bring out just $50 in a month from those coins, don't you think that it will go a long way? But when they come to your platform, it is Mazi Amdekano face that is on the face of the screen on that program. You see Mazi Amdekano face. Then you sit down, everybody that are logging in, trying to listen to hear whether you are educating people or moving them in the right direction or showing them the government of Biafra now that is actually carrying that mandate of Mazi Amdekano forward. You're not educating them on that way. You're just talking for your personal interest. You will sit down there, maybe for the next 48 hours, you're running live. But you're talk, this one will talk, go up, this one talk, come down. Now go they argue like that. This one go they argue. This one go they argue, go this side, they argue, go this side. But you don't hear anything like, oh, this is what the government are doing now. This is the government that are speaking for the Biafran people. This is how far they've gone. This is what they have achieved. We need to go and support them. No, you people are there looking for who is right and who is not right, who is wrong. Is it time for you to be looking for who is right and who is not wrong? When Boko Haram terrorists are outnumbering your village, they are surrendering your village. They are surrounding everywhere. They are preparing to strike. They are preparing to take over your communities. But you are on TikTok hanging around, doing gossiping, and doing who is your best candidate, as if you are in a political party. You are voting for who is your best candidate. In the middle of war, you are voting for who is your best candidate. If you come across this music and it's playing in a platform, what will be your reaction?
I did not jump in. I did not jump in. Yes, I did not jump in. They came to my house just to kill me, to kill me. Did not jump in. And the Igbo man did not jump in. Your whole Nigerian army just to see me there. Oh. law said a defendant did not jump bail. Defendant did not jump bail. I need my witnesses in court to testify in Abuja. Oh, your uncle ruling my lord. He did not jump bail. Igbo man does not run. Igbo man must not jump your bail. Your uncle man said that he did not jump bail. My lord, my lord, my lord. I don't know why my case should be contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria, Constitution of United Nations.
Extradition from Kenya.
Your uncle, my lord, I am dead already, yes, dead already. The only thing that can bring me back is Biafra. This life is meaningless without freedom, real freedom.
Biafra,
African
freedom, Igbo nation.
Biafra. Oh, rise up like the rising sun. Nigeria, Nigeria, divide peacefully. Referendum,
Let them go.
referendum. Now is African man. Freedom. Oh, Nigeria, your uncle ruling my lord. My lord. Your uncle, my lord, I did not jump bail. Igbo man does not run. Real man no jump bail. Why thou prosecute me, my lord? Why persecute an innocent man, my lord? There is God, oh yes, there is a God. The whole world is watching. I did not jump bail. Yes, I did not jump bail. Jump bail. Jump bail. They came to my house to kill me, to kill like Lagos. Lekito get style, Lekito get style. Nigerian army came to kill me, just to see me dead. Oh, I saw it, I saw it.
I saw you said,
Defender,
self-defender, did not jump bail.
I did not jump in.
Stand tall and stand firm.
To defend myself, Nigeria, obey your own court order. I did not jump the bail. They came to kill, oh, extra rendition.
Extra rendition.
I did not jump your bail. I did not jump your bail. Yes, there is God. The whole world is watching. I did not jump bail. Yeah, I did not jump bail.
Jump bail.
They came to my house to kill me, to kill like Lagos. Like it all gets time.
Let it all get style. Let it all get style.
Nigerian army came to kill me, just to see me there.
Oh, I saw it.
Beside
I saw it.
the defender, self-defender.
Yeah, jump bail.
I did not jump in. I stand tall, I stand firm to defend myself. Nigeria, obey your own court order. I did not jump the bail. They came to kill, oh, extra rendition. Extra rendition. I did not jump your
the TikTok where they do live TikTok. This message where una hear now is sweet abi and a carry message. Okay. Those are the kind of music you need to play to educate people. Don't just go to TikTok and sit down doing gossiping for nothing. You need to contribute to Biafra in any way that you can. Yes, we are back again and we welcome everyone. As you join us, please share the program and let other people know that we are here and let them join. Remember the significance of the lockdown that is coming up. For those that are not aware of the lockdown in Biafra land, if you are a Biafran, know ye that we have lockdown coming up on the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of this December. Is a module and a tool to be used to the eviction of Nigerian terrorist presence and their facilities in Biafra territory. So get the message straight. So, yesterday, the lawmaker that visited Nigeria spoke live on Fox News. And let's see if we can bring it to the screen. We start the program from here. Greetings to our leaders that have lived before us, and greetings to all Biafrans who are doing the needful to make sure Biafra land is not taken down by the jihadist terrorists that have ravaged the entire one Nigeria. Over 600 Christians are languishing inside IDP camps in Benue alone. In Benue alone. In Benue alone. You have not talked about Plateau. You have not talked about Borno. You have not talked about Kaduna, Kano, Niger State. You have not talked about Samfara. You have not talked about Adamawa. Aha. So the list, they're endless. But we are glad that we have leaders that laid the good foundation for us to understand the dangers ahead. Though we have many people that are efulefus that do not care about what is happening. Efulefus that when babies, women, and children are slaughtered, they are thinking of how much they are going to make in business. They are thinking of where and how to go and invest money and what they are going to make. Hola. So that is the problem that we have with these efulefus. So these efulefus exist in all spheres of life. And the one we have in Biafra territory, we are not surprised that while there is fire on the roof, they will not be thinking of how to save their babies, women, and children. They will be thinking of how much money are they going to make from business. These are the people you call idiots. Idiots are people that do not care about how many babies are kidnapped, how many communities are invaded, how many people have been slaughtered, or the way forward. They only care about their belly. They only care about how much they will make and take home so that they can feed fat. They believe and they presume that exploiting the situation at hand will make them to be richer than before. They believe that exploiting the situation at hand will make them the King Kong of the day. So they will look down on the reality of things and they will rather focus more on what they can get from the depleting situation that has engulfed the entire people. These are the people you describe as idiots. And you have them in Biafra land today. You have them in our politicians. You have them in our pastors and bishops. You have them in our traditional rulers. You have them in our communities. You have them in our market squares. You have them in every ramifications to talk of. These people are the people that have misled many of you. And that is why you don't live to the consciousness of the day. You live in I don't care, and I don't think it is happening. I don't believe it is really happening. That is the kind of situation some of you live in because you have been misinformed. You have been miseducated. You have listened to idiots who only care about their belly. So they tell you Nigeria will be better. They tell you Nigeria will get better. But we have lived to see that our fathers that lived before us were saying the same thing, that Nigeria will get better. And then they died inside Nigeria. Why Nigeria did not get better? Yet they are dead and gone. Nigeria has not gotten better. So what miracle is going to happen now that Nigeria will now get better overnight in my own time? You have to do something different. Something that our fathers have not done before. For the past years, you have to try something different, a different formula which our fathers have not used before, to be able to experiment something and see. That is what we have done in our own time. You see, the cry of one Nigeria is coming from the equation and the formula that the Biafran people have used on them. They say we are social media and noisemakers on the campaign for Biafra independence. But as we did with microphone, they talk. Now, so we they cause many problems for one Nigeria. Without you as a Biafran making the entire world to come to the notion of the reality of the Christian genocide, nobody will believe it. Nobody will take it serious. American lawmakers will not have the guts to go to Nigeria to go and visit and see it. Because the Nigerian government have downplayed this reportage since 2002 to this very day. And it has been like that. Nobody has been able to change the narrative because they control the narrative, they control their media, they control anything that is going out there. But you now, as a Biafran, you have outsmarted them by making sure you prove them wrong by using a different equation to outsmart them. While they were using the formula of blocking, blocking, blocking the reportage from going out. This person that is crying about this photo on the background, why are you crying about the photo on the background if the photo is not causing you problem? You see, it is only something will pain you, now go make you cry. So continue to cry about the photo on the background because it's paining you. So we've come again. Let us play this video so that those of you that did not hear from the mouth of the lawmakers that visited Nigeria, you can hear them speak directly. But there is one thing you need to understand. Do not expect the lawmakers of Nigeria to come and carry your fight and fight. Do not expect the lawmakers of Nigeria or the American citizens to come and carry your fight and fight. Your fight is your fight. Your fight is in your own hands. You have to create a problem where there is none so that people will see that there is hidden problem. You have to make noise. You have to show the reality of the situation so that people will know that you are in problem, and then they will now come and sit down on the table. If these Boko Haram terrorists have not slaughtered many Biafrans, have not slaughtered many Christians since 2002 to this very day. I want to ask all of you, will international community come to the realization that there is a plan of a conquest agenda in Nigeria? Will they also come to admit that there is a genocide? No. So those people that have been causing their problem, they have a mandate and they have a target. That is why they created the problem, so that it will bring your consciousness to the reality of what they want and what they are doing. That is what you that is fighting for your freedom from these same terrorists, you have to do. You have to stand up and then create a narrative and a scene that will also spark public discourse about your own case. So do not expect that America will come and leave their citizens to come and start fighting for you. If that is what you're hoping on, that means all of you will die before America comes. I'm telling you the truth. All of you will die before America comes. When you look at the number that is going around on the media, 600,000 Christians are in IDP camps. About 150,000 Christians have already been massacred since 2002 down to this very day. Did you see American lawmakers in Nigeria since then? Did you see American Department of War coming down to Nigeria since then? Don't they have their own problems? They have their own problems. Is it supposed to be your own life and security first to American government? No, it should be the life and security of American citizens first to American citizens, because those are the people paying tax to them. Those are the people that voted them into power to work. Those are the people that endorse their becoming of the reps and senators, the president, and all the ministers in office. But you did not vote for them to be there. You don't pay tax to them. You're not working in their country to contribute anything to them. So they are doing you a favor. And the favor they are doing you is not the one that they should scrape their entire head and carry obolo to come and serve you. No. You should sacrifice. Show what you are sacrificing so that the American government can now be repulsive in coming to help you in tandem with what they have seen that you have done. May I ask some of you, what have you done to save your life? How have you contributed to your freedom? How do you support your liberation movement? How do you support your government in exile? What have you done and how do you contribute? For the hopeless Christians who have no liberation force or defense that have been working so hard to defend them, those ones don't even know their left from the right. The people of Middle Belt, the people in Borno, the people in Zamfara, the people in Kwara, all the people where Boko Haram has taken over their lands, killed many of them, displace them, and then they now become IDP camps occupants. They have no hope. There is nobody to fight for them. They have no ESN to fight for them, like we unveiled ESN in 2020. They have no Biafra Liberation Army to fight for them. They are the most hopeless. So we are actually speaking and reaching out to the international community to see how they can come to the aid of these people that are helpless. These people that are very, very helpless, and also hopeless, because they don't even know if before America will speak again tomorrow, whether Boko Haram terrorists will wipe them out from their homes. They don't know whether before Boko Haram terrorists will even say whether they have taken them out already. They don't know whether before American government will speak again or write another memo, whether the Boko Haram terrorists will come and eliminate all of them here in these IDP camps. Because we have seen series of stories where the Boko Haram terrorists, after they have displaced these people to IDP camps, taken over their lands and their communities, they still go to the IDP camps to go and eliminate many of them. How do you juxtapose that situation? So, you see, it is a difficult situation. It is a very difficult situation. So when I say that these people are very hopeless, yes, you need to understand. They are in a very big one chance. Like that music that was saying, Nigeria don't enter one chance. So, ebelebe, revolution they come, oh, ebelebe. Huh. Very soon, it go start now, ebelebe. Huh. Nigeria don't enter one chance. So, ebelebe. The people wey follow us go do NSAS protest. Now, they don't leave us, go they dine with the politician. Oh, ebelebe. I blame the religious leaders and the politicians and the leaders. Ebelebe, the revolution is coming. Oh, ebelebe. It is happening. So that is how the people of Middle Belt and even these people in IDP camps, that is how they are in one chance because there is nobody there to protect them. And we are calling on all Biafrans to come and support their freedom, not minding how much that you are able to afford. Bring that little that you have. It can save a soul and it will push us forward. I came across videos where the lawmakers of Nigeria are complaining that Tinubu is withdrawing their private police and their army bodyguard from them. So you have over 600,000 Christians that are in IDP camps. There is no police, there is no Air Force, there is no Navy, there is no army that is watching after them. There is no security man that is there with AK-47 or RPG or machine gun to watch over them. There is no personnel, but all these personnel are deployed to politicians. Politicians who are making money on top of the death of these babies, women, and children. One politician will have like 3 or 4 policemen going with AK-47 with them. So does it mean that one life of a politician is more important than the over 600,000 Christians that are in IDP camps? It is a very simple question that we want to understand. Does it mean that the life of one politician is more important to Nigerian government than 600,000 indigenous babies, women, and children that are in IDP camps? Which one is more important? Or which one should we give preference to? Which one should be more prevalent in our discussion? Which one should be more prevalent in the media for discourse? Which one should be on the newspaper? You see, this is why Boko Haram terrorists would rape, maim, kill, invade communities and do whatever they want to do. And they get away with it because the government of Nigeria don't place importance on the lives of the masses. As far as they are able to make money for themselves and eat and enjoy, what happens to the masses does not really matter. So let us play this interview of Fox News to know what is going on.
And there is a person on this mission, Republican Congressman Riley Moore, who just led a congressional delegation not over Zoom, but by armored vehicle. You went into this country at a time when they are taking Christians, and you went to these camps of internally displaced people. First of all, welcome to the Focus. Tell me what the people told you.
Well, Harris, it was really shocking. The stories that we heard, the imagery, it was, I've never witnessed anything like that personally in my life. I met one woman, and I see you're showing some of the pictures, who had lost her entire family. 5 of her children were murdered right in front of her, and she was pregnant at the time and was able to escape. She had that child at an internally displaced camp, and I mean, you could just see that her soul had literally left her body. And there are countless stories like this. Another woman was attacked. Her family was attacked. She lost her husband, her 2 daughters, and they murdered her unborn child. These Islamic terrorists murdered her unborn child and took it right out of her.
You know, I don't know.
It's beyond words.
I don't know if my team has it, but we do have a picture of one of those women with her baby in her lap, and you're standing with her. So I'll ask my team to kind of shuttle through these pictures so that we can show even more. Look, Congressman Moore, the president right now is waiting to hear from you. You are preparing a report. Let's talk about the news. There she is, so beautiful. I mean, I can only imagine what it was like to have to leave that camp knowing that your mission ahead is for them.
No, absolutely, Harris. And this mission was part of our report. This was a fact-finding mission. There were 5 members of Congress in total that went there. We went to Benue State, which is one of the most dangerous states in the country of Nigeria. This is where all the Christians, a majority of them, are being murdered for their faith in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But I felt that we had to go there, so we went in armored vehicles with security and went there and visited with these people, visited with these Christians, Christian associations, Bishop Anagbe, the Catholic Church, Protestant leaders as well, and got ground truth that we're going to go report back to the president, and we're going to make recommendations in the report that he has asked us to do. He's asked myself and Chairman Tom Cole to give him a report and report back to him, and we're going to do that by the end of this month.
Are people afraid there? I mean, how many people are in these protection camps?
Well, in protection camps, probably really not the right word, Harris. They're in IDP camps, but the Fulani, these Islamic radicals, are attacking the IDP camps. They're attacking them in the camps. And for those who say this is about climate change and land and things like that and economically driven, why would you burn down a church? Why would you attack an IDP camp? Screaming Allah Akbar. I think that it's very clear what the answer is there, right? They're trying to erase the Christians in Benue State and around Nigeria from their ancestral homeland.
Yeah, and some kind of bizarre caliphate, I would imagine, is part of the plan, too. Look, Congressman Moore, I want to bring you back once that lands on the president's desk and you've delivered that report. Thank you so very much for being here first. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Harris, and thank you for all your coverage on this. God bless you.
Now, the interview you just listened to is U.S. lawmaker that visited Nigeria. But I'm going to play a video of the foreign minister, Yusuf Tuka. I want you to hear what the foreign minister of Nigeria said when we tabled the Christian genocide to the U.S. Congress. I want you to hear how the Nigerian foreign affairs ministers address the Christian genocide before now. And this is not very far. This was around 16, 17, 18th of November, 2025. So if the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria could stand on international auditorium to deny Christian genocide and to tell the United States of America that they are being misinformed, that there is nothing like Christian genocide. Now that the U.S. lawmakers, I'm not saying U.S. lawmaker, oh, I said U.S. lawmakers, there were many. If you listen to him, you will hear how many of them went there, whether about 5 of them, plus other staffs. But the men from the U.S. Congress, about 5, plus other staffs that followed. So the number of total of them that actually went with the entourage, they may be up to 50 or 100. They went for fact finding. Since the foreign minister of Nigeria and even the minister of defense, the police inspector general of police, and all of them went to America to go and deny that there is no Christian genocide. That is why American government said, okay, you guys should go back. We are going to come because we have seen evidences of dead bodies from Benue. We have seen evidences of dead bodies from Yelewata. We have seen evidences of dead bodies everywhere in Nigeria. We are going to come and we will get to these places to see. And they thought when they come that they will be able to buy over all the US lawmakers. Let us listen to the Foreign Affairs Minister of Nigeria, what he said about the Christian genocide, how he downplayed it.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
It's unfortunate that President Trump has been misinformed. This false narrative that there's some persecution or a genocide.
Why isn't it a genocide against Christians in Nigeria?
We don't want to be the next Sudan.
You dispute the numbers that have been reported to have been killed, but you have no idea how many Christians have been killed.
We are not hiding any facts.
Right now, you have an Islamist government in Nigeria. There is a reason that we're seeing these Islamic militants going around and yelling Allahu Akbar. That's not by coincidence.
It's easy for her to sit thousands of miles away and play games with people's lives.
So now that this lady is not sitting thousands of miles away to give the report or claims, now that the US lawmakers have come down to Nigeria to see the dead bodies, I don't know whether I have to call you Bishop Tuka Yusuf, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria. They say you are former ambassador to Germany from Nigeria. Minister of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria. Now that the US lawmakers have gone to Nigeria to see first-hand information, they touch where the pores are coming out. They touch where they buried. They touch where they slaughtered. They touch and then they open and then they look it and see. Is Donald Trump still being misinformed? Is he giving lies and propaganda narratives? Because you said Donald Trump is being misinformed. He is biased, that there is no Christian genocide. Who sent the over 600 Christians to IDP camps? Is it the father of Donald Trump that sent them to IDP camps? Or is it my own father that is lying dead there in my homeland? Is it the one that sent over 600 people to IDP camps? Let's listen again to hear.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
It's unfortunate that President Trump has been misinformed.
Yeram, he said it's unfortunate that Donald Trump, the president of America, has been misinformed. This is a minister of foreign affairs of Nigeria. And this is the same person that led a delegation to the US Congress to go and sit down to tell US Congress that everything is a lie, that there is no Christian genocide. And they are unable to answer a question. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, is it not a product of the Christian genocide? Is Mazin Nnamdi Kanu not a product of the Christian genocide? Is he not a Christian? Is Mazin Nnamdi Kanu not part of the product of the Christian genocide? That you went to kidnap him all the way from Kenya. Which Boko Haram terrorists have you kidnapped to bring down? Because he is advocating for the freedom of the Christians, that the genocide are being carried on. The Christians are the victims of the genocide. They are the ones that are being pillaged and massacred and slaughtered on a daily basis. So what are you doing about them? Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is a prime example that is in your custody since 2021. And yet, you are denying evidences that are everywhere. So, Foreign Minister of Nigeria, Foreign Minister who is supposed to represent Nigeria and speak on international level as the President of Nigeria. When you don't see the President, the Foreign Minister is the one that should go and represent Nigeria and speak for Nigeria. Do political and diplomatic and international discourse on the table for Nigeria. He is the one that is telling Donald Trump that he is being misinformed, that there is no Christian genocide. Hey! And then Donald Trump said, okay, I hear you for saying I am being misinformed. Donald Trump said, I want to see how I am being misinformed. I want to see my misinformation going viral. I am going to send the US Congress lawmakers. Let them come to Nigeria and do first-hand check. Let me confirm and see that I am actually doing misinformation. Now that he has gone to go and check. So what will you people call it again? The misinformation still there on? I'm asking you whether the misinformation still there on. Is the misinformation still on? Is the misinformation still on? So now, US lawmakers have come to Nigeria to prove Nigerian government that they were not misinformed by Biafran people, that they were not misinformed with the evidences that they saw. The evidences were raw and fact. They were not fictions. which eye when Nigerian government go fit use enter America again now. After they travel from Nigeria, they came down to America, come and have meeting with American lawmakers. Somebody say no sound. The person will say no sound. Check your phone very well. Is it only you that do not hear what I'm saying? Amy, is it only you that do not hear what I'm saying? Please check if you can hear me. You correct. Let us know. Hear it again from this Minister of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria, how he lied and said there is no Christian genocide. Listen on. He called Donald Trump a misinformer. He told Donald Trump that he is being misinformed, he is biased, listening to Christian genocide narrative.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
It's unfortunate that President Trump has been misinformed. This false narrative that there's some persecution or a genocide.
He said there is false narrative that there is some persecution of Christians and genocide. Hey, hello, Meru. He called it false narrative. So now that the narrative has been verified by US lawmakers that visited Nigeria, I beg, they ask question, where this man, make him come out, come talk now. This is time for the journalists to look for him and grant him interview. They should look for him and grant him interview. Because he is not just a lowlife. He is the Foreign Minister of Affairs of Nigeria. Foreign Minister of Affairs of Nigeria. I want all of you to look at his profile. This is Tuka. Can you people see his profile? This is Tuka. That is his name. It is written here on the Twitter account. He said, Honorable Yusuf Maitama Tuka, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria. Somebody that should speak for the integrity and the growth and the posterity of Nigeria. But he goes out there to lie and to deceive America and to deceive the international community that there is no Christian genocide. If a minister of foreign affairs of Nigeria is going with this kind of lie, how can this kind of minister defend Nigeria integrity? How can this kind of minister get any political, diplomatic, and international endorsement for the growth of Nigeria? How can? If the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria, who is supposed to be the mouthpiece of Nigeria to the growth of Nigeria, to the growth of Nigerians, to the life of Nigerians, to the protection of Nigerians, to the protection of Christians in Nigeria, if he is coming out to deny to Donald Trump, the president of America, the leader of the world, do you know that America is the leader of the world? Yes, because everybody sat down in the United Nations Security Council and the General Assembly. They were voting and shouting, recognize Hamas, recognize Palestine. And they even voted for one world, one currency, one nation, one belief, and one health, one this, one card, one identity, one passport. All the member states of the United Nations Security Council voted, about 14 countries, but Donald Trump, America alone, stood alone to vote no and say no, and it did not happen. America is the only country that is stopping all the wars that is happening in the world. America is the only country that is bringing an end to every evil that is starting from wherever it is starting. America is the only country that is speaking for religious persecution. Whether you are a Muslim or being persecuted, America is speaking for you. Whether you are a Christian or being persecuted, America is speaking for you. Whether you are a Buddhist being persecuted, America is speaking for you. Whether you are a traditionalist being persecuted, America is speaking for you. Whether you are a Jew being persecuted, America is speaking for you. Whether you are a Greek being persecuted, from whichever extract you come from, as far as you are being persecuted, America takes religious persecution very, very serious, because they don't want to see people being persecuted because of their beliefs. Those are the people that holds value to your life. Those are the people that care about your life. The rest of them do not care. So if America is asking you a question and say, how many babies and children have you killed? Instead of you to open your mouth and tell the truth and then seek for redress and plead for caution and plead and apologize, you are there telling America that America is lying, that America is being misinformed, that America is working with false narrative. But the same America is the one that everybody are looking up to and calling to come to their aid. And it's the same America now that you will run to. You say you want to buy weapons from America to come and destroy terrorists. Weapons that you will bring, you will hand over the weapons to the terrorists. The terrorists will use the weapons and then go after the masses to eliminate the masses. Now, American government acted as if they are foolish and then listen to you when you say that they have been misinformed, that they are not getting the truth. They say, okay, since you say that President Trump is giving false narrative or being misinformed, we agree. That is what America did. America said, yes, we agree. Now we want you people to go back to your Nigeria. We are coming to your Nigeria. We want you to come and lie to us inside your Nigeria after we see dead bodies that were slaughtered by the same terrorists. Now, American government now sent them back. They went back. Then American government now went to Nigeria to pay a visit to go and see whether they will still lie to them before the dead bodies of people that are slaughtered by the terrorists. So now that American government have gone to Nigeria and seen dead bodies of women and children and see their families that were slaughtered, what can this man who calls himself Tuka, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria, how are they going to defend the fact that over 600,000 people lives in IDP camps? Who sent them to IDP camps? Who killed their babies, women, and children? Who took over their communities? Who took over their farmlands? Who took over their ancestral homes? Why do they live in IDP camps? And why hasn't the government gone after the people that pushed them out of their ancestral land? Why haven't the government gone after those people to apprehend them? If they are terrorists, why haven't the government eliminated those terrorists so that the people that owns the land will no longer sleep in IDP camps? They can comfortably go back to their lands and take occupant of their lands. Why do you keep moving the people to IDP camps while you now allow the terrorists to take comfort of the homes of the indigenous people? Then On daily basis, Nigerian government is paying the terrorists, giving them more money, paying the terrorists, paying the terrorists, paying the terrorists. When you pay the terrorists 50 million naira, they had 5 AK-47. By the time they collected the 50 million naira, they went to multiply their AK-47 to be 500 and came back to kidnap the more. You now paid them another 50 million naira. Remember, the first time they had just 5 AK-47 when they came. They kidnapped, they raped communities. They now demanded for 50 million naira. You paid them. They collected the 50 million. They used the 50 million to acquire more 500 AK-47. On coming back for another attack, they are coming back with 500 plus 50 AK-47, so 550. You have helped them to acquire more AK-47. What are you doing? You are supporting the terrorism to grow and to expand. So when they are coming back now, they are coming back with 550 people with 550 AK-47 in their hands. This time, they are not going to kidnap 5 people again, because if 550 of them have AK-47 in their hands, they are capable of kidnapping over 1,000 and killing over 2,000. So how many lives have you jeopardized now? So the more you are paying the terrorists every day, the more they use it to acquire more weapons. The more you expand their group, you increase them and enrich them to be stronger. So when they are coming back with multiplied force. They are coming back to capture more territory because you are supplying them more money for more weapons every day. More money for more weapons every day. More money for more weapons every day. So if they had captured one community or one local government in Borno State, when you paid them 50 million, when you now pay them another 50 million, they will be able to capture 2 local governments. By the time they come back, their numbers have multiplied from 550 to 1,050. Those numbers now can be able to take over another 1 local government. How many local government is gone now? 3. 3 is gone now. 3 local government is gone now. Gradually, the government is funding the terrorists, giving them money, paying them, aiding and abetting them. But yet, you claim we know the terrorists. We know where they are. We listen to their conversations. We talk to them. We know how to catch them. We know when to. We know how to see them. But you are only good at giving them money, paying them, but you don't want to eliminate them because you brought them for a conquest agenda. Then the Christians now becomes the scapegoat. They become the victim. They become the sacrificial lamb that needs to be used to sacrifice for the conquest to stay and for the conquest to stand and to be implemented. Are you helping the people or you are destroying the people? Then you go on international media to tell the world that there is no Christian genocide. Is it your papa or is it your mama or is it your uncle that displaced over 600,000 people in Benue State to IDP camps? You, Toka, that is talking as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, are you sleeping in IDP camps? Is your father, is your mother, is your children, is your relations, are they sleeping in IDP camps? Were they pursued out of their lands to go to sleep in IDP camps? The terrorists attack your brothers and sisters and send them from house, send them from indigenous lands to IDP camps? Is the children of all the ministers, all the governors, all the senators, are they all sleeping in IDP camps? Is the children of Tinubu sleeping in IDP camps? Are the relations of Tinubu sleeping in IDP camps? Are the children or relations of Minister of Foreign Affairs, Tuka, are they sleeping in IDP camps? Are they part and parcel of the occupant of IDP camps? You see, you can come to the media, you yab your mouth, you wag your tongue, you lie, you deceive because your families are not directly affected. That is the message I passed earlier today. I said, before you pick the mic to attack Biafra, to attack Mazen Namdekan, or to attack anything that BRGI are doing, I want to ask a very simple question. Is your wife, is your husband, is your girlfriend, is your boyfriend, is your sugar mommy or your sugar daddy, or is your friend in any way, or relation or schoolmate, or peer group, or your colleague at work, or your friends that you meet just once in a while, or it's your drink mate, or somebody that you meet along the road, somebody that you just know, okay, someone that is directly to you, or your children or your babies, are they in IDP camps? Or have they been slaughtered by Boko Haram terrorists before? Have they been slaughtered by Fulani terrorists before? Have they been a victim of one Nigeria before? Has one Nigeria happened to them? Because when one Nigeria has happened to you, you will now understand the anger and the rage that is in us. You will now understand the anger and the rage and the reason why Mazen Namdekan is standing his ground and say, give me Biafra or nothing. Give me Biafra or you kill me. Give me Biafra or nothing. That is why you see us here every day. Listen to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria. Listen how he is defending the false narrative that there is no Christian genocide.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
It's unfortunate that President Trump has been misinformed. This false narrative that there's some persecution or a genocide.
Why isn't it a genocide against Christians in Nigeria?
We don't want to be the next Sudan.
You dispute the numbers that have been reported to have been killed, but you have no idea how many Christians have been killed.
We are not hiding any facts.
Right now, you have an Islamist government in Nigeria. There is a reason that we're seeing these Islamic militants going around and yelling Allahu Akbar. That's not by coincidence.
It's easy for her to sit thousands of miles away and play games with people's lives.
I perform several burials because the Islamic are controlling the government. Let me tell you, there's a genocide in Nigeria.
Did you listen to that thing that I just played? They downplayed the reportage and said that this lady is seated in a remote area and giving false narrative and playing with human lives. Between this lady that is here, this journalist, that is telling you that there is Christian genocide and that you are lying as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and you that is actually lying, who is actually playing with the lives of the indigenous people in Nigeria? Who is actually playing with the lives of the Christians in Nigeria? Who is actually playing with the lives of the indigenous people in Nigeria? My question to Tuka now is, Tuka now, American government, American lawmakers, they have come to Nigeria. They have visited Nigeria. They have seen the first-hand evidences. They have seen babies. They have seen women. They have seen children. They have touched the pus. They have touched the blood. They have touched their skeleton. They have seen the mark. They have seen their graves. They have seen the communities where the genocide happened. They have seen the family members. And they have given a statement and confirmed that even as they speak, as they are there in Benue, that over 600,000 people are in IDP camp because of the Christian genocide. And the minister said, I don't know if I can be able to forget this experience. That is what the US lawmaker said. He said, I don't know if I will be able to forget this experience in my lifetime, because he never believed that something like this is actually happening. Let me read what he said here for those of you that did not see it well. He said, I just returned from congressional delegation to Nigeria with the House of Appropriation Committee. He said, while there, we visited Benue State. We met with Bishops Anabe and Dugu and Tor Tif. We met with suffering IDP camps who are all Christians. They are forced to live in IDP camps that are regularly attacked by Fulani Islamic jihadist terrorists. Did you hear that? They are forced, the Christians are forced to live in these IDP camps. And these IDP camps are regularly attacked by the same terrorists. That is why I said that the people in IDP camps are hopeless. They are vulnerable. They don't have any hope. They don't know if the terrorists will come this night to cut all their throat off before these US lawmakers return back to America. They said, we heard heartbreaking stories from survivors of this horrific genocidal campaign committed by the Fulani terrorists, including a woman who was forced to watch as her 5 of her children were slaughtered. And he said, I have never seen anything like this. He said, it will stay with me for the rest of my life. I am working on a report to the President of America that will outline a path forward to work with the Nigerian government in a coordinated and cooperative manner to end the slaughter of Christian genocide in Middle Belt and stop the ongoing terrorist threat in the Northeast. Let me read another one. Because every of the reports that this lawmaker left after this visit to Nigeria is so heartbreaking. Yes, it's so heartbreaking. Let me read another path. Okay, here is another part. He said, while in Benue, I met with dozens of Christians who were driven from their homes and subjected to horrific violence and now live in IDP camps. They told harrowing stories that will remain with me for the rest of my life. One woman was forced to watch as they killed her husband and 5 children. She and her unborn child barely escaped. Another woman's family was murdered in front of her, and her baby was ripped from her womb. One man's family was hacked to death in front of his eyes, and his arm was permanently mangled. There are more than 600,000 Christians in IDP camps in Benue alone. The Christians should be able to live in their ancestral home without fear of genocidal Fulani terrorists. And now that everything we have been saying here on Biafra media and Biafra broadcasts, Biafra programs, that they rip babies out of the mother's womb, that they slaughter the baby, slaughter the mother, even as the woman is pregnant, they slaughter them to pieces. We have been saying it here, and I've been saying it every day. Now, you can hear it from the US lawmaker that went to Nigeria. He was not only one. He was not only one that visited Nigeria. They were up to about 5 US lawmakers, plus the entourage that followed them. So let's say American citizens that actually went may have been up to maybe 100. And they said when they got down there to enter into this IDP camp, they had to convey them in armored vehicles. Do you see? Did you hear what he said? They conveyed them in armored vehicles to the IDP camps. So that means the road that is leading to the IDP camp is not even safe. Talk less of the people that are now deposited in the IDP camps. Meaning that the people that are deposited in the IDP camps can be destroyed anytime. And now, I see that somebody is crying. And this person that is crying in the comment section say his name is Okoro. Okoro say, greetings, this sit at home is wickedness. Yes, thank you for even showing your idiosyncrasy. Let me bring the sit at home flyer to the screen again. For being so stupid. Yes, the sit at home has come to stay, and I love it that you are crying, and I want you to continue to cry the more. Yes. If the sit at home is not working, if it is not painful to you, you will not be crying. So I want you to cry blood. Continue to cry blood, Okoro. Okoro, cry blood for the sit at home. Babies, pregnant women are being slaughtered, and their babies are removed from their womb. That does not mean anything to you. It is the sit at home, the lockdown of Biafra land, which is to awaken your subconsciousness, to awaken you so that you come back to your senses, to the reality, so that you know that you are in a phase of war, so that you know that the terrorists are here to eliminate your women and children. You are now talking about business. We are doing business. You are doing business. You're crippling your business. Mad person everywhere. Your own is always business. You only concern about business while babies, women and children are being ripped from their mother's womb. This woman that the baby was ripped from her womb and then she was cut to pieces. Is she not a trader? Has she not been doing business? Has she not been going to the market? Has she not been doing buying and selling? But Boko Haram terrorists caught her on the way while she was going to the market and cut her to pieces. Was she able to do the business again? This Yochi, you're very stupid, honestly. Take your stupidity to where you were born, because the person that fathered you and gave birth to you will be disappointed that while you are at war, you are talking about business. That is what I said before, that we have efulefus, we have idiots in our circle who don't care about how many babies are slaughtered on a daily basis, how many homes are being taken over, how many people are displaced and sent to IDP camps. But the only thing that they are concerned is about how much money they can make in business in this time of death toll, in this time of genocide. That is what they are thinking. They are thinking of how much business they can make now so that they can enrich themselves. But they don't think of the security and lives and properties of the people that are actually going to go to the market. No, you don't think of that one. You don't think of your security. You're thinking of how much you make. Does a dead man go to the market to do business? This woman here that were killed with the family members, they are dead now. Do they remember them today again? Can they go to the market now? Can they go and do business now? No, come and do business. Mad people everywhere. If we see you talking that nonsense again, hitting the road, say you want to go and do business, that business go kill you there, idiot. God punish you with that your business there. You're seeing dead bodies of women, babies, and men on the floor, and you're talking about business. Since you have been doing business, since the day you were born, since the day Nigeria came to be, you were doing business. What have you achieved in life with the business? How many companies have you built? How many people have you affected their lives with the business that you have been building? No matter how you will try to help anybody or to affect the life of people in Nigeria with the business or the money you have, Nigeria will still make it useless, because Nigeria has created a system that do what? That destroys your dream and aspiration. Anything you put on the table. When I look at some of you on TikTok, some of you are so talented that when you are speaking and what you're doing is so good. But because you are in a contraption called Nigeria, your dreams, your aspirations, and your projection in life are all in doom and in ruin, because you are making effort every day. You are making effort every day to see how you can grow and become something. But the country created a system that will put you in perpetual bondage, stagnant move. You try to go front, they drag you down. You try to come back, they drag you down. They put a stick gum on your leg so that when you want to move, you become immovable. And then you are there talking about buying and selling. Does the dead do buying and selling? Does the dead born do buying and selling? A baby that they cut out of the mother's womb, does that baby do buying and selling? Does the mother that carried that baby for good 9 months, does she do buying and selling while they cut the baby out of una baby, the belly? What you're talking about is buying and selling. Buying and selling is the important thing for you. It is not saving lives. You will do buying and selling in a place where there is insecurity. When you finish count the money, count your ideas, you implement them. By the time you think of how much you want to make, terrorist is thinking of how much they will make from your head when they kidnap you. So, are you doing the business? Or is it the Boko Haram terrorist that is actually doing the business on your head? Or you are the one doing the business to make money? Between you now that have been shouting businessman, 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 and Boko Haram, who comes to kidnap you to collect the money, who is actually doing business? You see how foolish you are? Boko Haram is actually the person that is doing the real business. Yes, because they don't make noise of how much money or how much trading or how much market. They don't make noise that they have Ochanja market. They don't make noise that they have Onitsha market. They don't make noise that they have Araria market. They don't make noise to tell you that they are the richest people. You see them, they wear slippers. They do Begida, 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 Begida. You say, oh, Begida, Zomana, Zomana, Begida. Begida go tell you, say, Nazua, Nazua, Nazua. Begida don't come. You send a message. You give them money. If they watch you, they see your movement. You carry, when you won't give a Fulani money, you bring out one bundle of 100,000. You show him the bundle. As you show him the bundle finish, now you can't commode 5,000, give her. Are you not stupid? Why did you have to show him the bundle of 100,000? You want to show that you have money. You want to show that you're rich. Then at the end of the day, you give him only 5,000. He watches you and see how you make caricature and gist of yourself. He goes back to prepare, inform their people that this is one of the people we need to kidnap. Oh. There is money in this house, there is money in this location. So you people should plan and see how to kidnap. Tomorrow you are kidnapped, you come back to blame yourself. Who actually get the real wisdom now? No be the Boko Haram. Now the Boko Haram now be the real businessman. A businessman that is not talking too much. A businessman that does not come to showcase himself that he knows how to do business, is making money. No, he waits for you. You that is shouting, business, we do business. Igbos are business people. Biafrans are business people. Sit at home, we will stop business. Sit at home, we will stop buying and selling. Sit at home, we will stop business. Stop this. Boko Haram, sit down, they wait for you, make you preach finish. When you preach finish, he wants you to go and make the money. You go and make 100 million. You make 200 million, you come and start fix styling, making noise. Everybody knows that you don't make money. Then Boko Haram now, they stay for inside bush. While you are staying in the house, you're enjoying air condition. Oh, but Boko Haram is not enjoying air condition. But he gets sense of how he go take on kidnap you. He gets sense of how he go take come bap you, how much he go demand as ransom. And you will come and pay. Mumu people everywhere. Continue to be shouting a businessman. Businessman with no sense. Businessman that cannot manage his resources. Boko Haram is not getting the money to sponsor their terrorism from their people. Rather, they are getting the money from you that claim to be businessman. They are getting the money from you that claim to be a businessman, who claim to be a professor, a doctor, who claim to be an engineer, who claim to do business and own companies, who claim to be living a good life. Boko Haram are making their money from you to use it and sponsor the terrorism. You have to pay them the hard way. Have you ever seen Boko Haram do birthday party? Have you seen Boko Haram? Do you see these Fulani people or these Hausa people? Do you see them always like to do birthday party? Do you see them always like to show off what they have? No, they don't show off what they have. They don't do boga, boga, boga. No, you don't see them gather to do big party to show themselves. They humble themselves, then you will look at them, you say, oh, they don't have money. They have money more than you. But now you, they show yourself. But they don't know they show. Yes. So they claim to live in the bush, but you live in the house. You're enjoying AC. You're drinking the best of whiskey. You're drinking the best of wine. You're drinking the most expensive gin that just come out in the market. Look at now, Boris Johnson came to Nigeria to tell you. Boris Johnson came to Nigeria to tell you that they supply you wine to drink so that you will become stupid. You will drink wine, you use the wine to do business, you buy it and sell, make business, drink it and get stupid. While the Boko Haram will use their brain to think of how to come and kidnap you after you drink, you make business, you gather all the money, Boko Haram will now come for you. So sit down and continue to do what? To do business. While Boko Haram are doing what? Preparing on how to enter you to collect money from you. Now you go see you that money where you say, now business you won't go do. You don't want to look at Biafra freedom. You don't want to observe it at home. Boko Haram will still kidnap you. You will still go and pay that money to Boko Haram. That is, if you even they lucky, say, as they kidnap you, let me bring something to the screen so that some of you will understand what is happening. Because it's not everybody that Boko Haram kidnap that they allowed to go back alive. Some people that Boko Haram kidnap, they don't allow them to go back alive after they collect the ransom. So Boko Haram may kidnap you. You claim to have money and do business, right? Look at this one on the screen here now. Boko Haram terrorists, they killed this man after collecting 15 million naira ransom. Did you get the message? After collecting 15 million naira ransom from the family, they still kill the man. So continue to claim that you are a businessman. You have money. You want to go and do buying and selling. When they say, do sit at home, don't go out, obey, use it to tighten your security in the whole eastern region of Biafra territory. No, it is that time you want to go and do business. You have been doing business while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is dying in detention because of you. You are doing business. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is dying in detention. You are doing business. You want to do business. You want to enjoy business. Enjoy business. Do business. Do business. Do business. So Boko Haram terrorists will capture you. Yes, when they capture you, you will know whether it is business that is good for you or whether it is your life. Enjoy doing business. Mad people everywhere. So, with all this that is happening here now, you see the write-up from this lawmaker. Does anything move you? No, nothing moved that idiot. Rather, that idiot was now telling us that he want to go and do business. So he want to go and do buying and selling. He doesn't want to observe sit at home. While a U.S. lawmaker is traveling from America to Nigeria to come and see dead bodies of your people, to come and see your people and then to confirm to the world that Nigeria is the worst place for a Christian to live. But you, now that the U.S. lawmaker actually came to Nigeria to come and see and to testify for you, you are telling the U.S. lawmaker that you want to go and do business. Do you see how ungrateful many of you are? Do you see why I said America have their own problems? And if they ignore you and overlook you, some of you will not sleep and wake up tomorrow. Because the advent of these terrorists has given them the license to enter everywhere. But some of you that are very useless and doesn't have sense, just look at what you're saying now. Your own plight is to go and do business, while people's life are at stake. Listen to the man that said there is no Christian genocide. I want you people to listen to this for the next 26 minutes.
Is the Nigerian Foreign Minister, Ambassador Yusuf Tuga. Welcome to you, Foreign Minister. I appreciate you joining Uncensored.
Thank you for having me, Piers.
So a simple question. If somewhere between 50 and 100,000 Christians have been murdered in Nigeria since 2009, depending on which bit of data you want to take up, and 18,000 Christian churches have been destroyed, why isn't it, as some people are claiming, a genocide against Christians in Nigeria?
Well, to begin with, those figures are completely and totally inaccurate and false. And many in the media have examined them, they've fact-checked them. So they come from Inter-Society and Open Doors, and they've been shown to be totally inaccurate. What we have in Nigeria is a multi-ethnic, multi-tribal, multi-religious country of 230 million people. Our nation-building project is not an easy one. We have suffered from the effects of things that we have no control over, exogenous factors such as the breaking up of the Libyan state, the killing of Gaddafi, the proliferation of weapons and fighters that have cascaded down to the northern fringes of Nigeria and beyond, and have affected the entire region. the failure of the EU Sahel strategy over the years. These are all things that we are suffering the effects of. And we do have Boko Haram in the Lake Chad region that affects not just Nigeria, but 3 other countries, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon, that we've been contending with through the multinational joint task force that allows the troops of the countries in the region to pursue the terrorists. 50,000 insurgents and people that were caught in the region of the insurgency having surrendered, and we were in the course of processing them, and some were being rehabilitated, others were being processed through the legal system when Niger had to pull out because of the failure of the EU Sahel strategy and the military coup that was experienced in Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali.
Look, you've made it clear that you believe these numbers are wildly exaggerated. The International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law is a non-governmental organisation that monitors and tracks human rights abuses across Nigeria. In its report in August, it said jihadist groups, including Boko Haram and ISIS in Nigeria, had killed over 100,000 Christians in the last 16 years. It also noted that 60,000 moderate Muslims have been killed in that period too. Now, I guess my obvious question to you is, if it's not 100,000, then how many Christians have been murdered since 2009? And if it's not 18,000 Christian churches that have been destroyed, how many is it?
We in Nigeria have Christians, we have Muslims, we have atheists, we have animists, and when we're counting death tolls, we don't necessarily go by religion, and quite often it's difficult to even identify what religion an individual that has just lost their lives belongs to. And what we are concerned about is that they are Nigerians first and foremost. And we've seen these sort of agitations by faith-based organizations that is a prelude to the breaking up, to the dismemberment of countries. We've seen it in Sudan. We know this playbook. It's happened. There were agitations to create South Sudan, which was expected to be a predominantly Christian country, separate from North Sudan, which is meant to be a Muslim country. Now we have a situation where there's fighting, continuous fighting in South Sudan. There's another round about to kick off. The same thing in the North Sudan.
Okay,
but
let me interrupt.
Muslim fighting each other. So we don't want to be the next Sudan. We will not allow ourselves to be the next Sudan.
No,
Where
I understand
are the faith-based groups that were agitating and to be dismembered? They're no longer there to fix Sudan.
Okay.
Not North, not South.
Okay.
It's Nigeria as a member of the Peace Council of the African
Let me jump in if I may.
With the heavy lifting.
Foreign Minister, if I may, I'd like to jump in if I may, because you do seem to be avoiding my questions. You know, you don't seem to know how many Christians have been murdered, which I find surprising.
I'm not.
Well, you haven't given me any. You've told me you don't know.
I'm not avoiding
well,
well,
just with respect, sir, you have not given.
Nigerians. So
no, you have. I know what you said.
Not necessarily
I understand.
Same as those that.
But you are, yes. But what you're saying, if you could let me speak, what you're saying is that you dispute the numbers of Christians that have been reported to have been killed, but you have no idea how many Christians have been killed. What we surely can agree on is how many Christian churches have been destroyed. Do you know how many?
Yes, I do. Over the last 2 years, there have been 52 churches, depending on which region, again, you are referring to. Since 2009, since the last 5 years, the attacks, not destroyed, attacks on churches, 102. So we're not hiding any figures, you see. It's important to understand this. Same way that there are mosques that are destroyed. I don't even have to mention that. Nigeria is configured in such a way that you have Muslim and Christian populations all across the country. There are, of course, states out of the 36 states that we have that have a high concentration of Christians, the same way that there are states where you have a high concentration of. Take, for example, the more recent attacks that have brought about an intensifying of this false narrative that there's some persecution, or as the likes of Bill Maher even go as far as to say, a genocide. The ground
well,
zero
it's actually
for that
more than Bill Maher. If I may jump in again. If I may play you.
Of Benue State.
No, I understand.
But if I may just finish this,
if I may jump in, sorry.
No, if I can just finish this. If I can just finish this, sorry. The governor of Benue State happens to be a man of the cloth. He's a reverend father. He's a Catholic. So you can see how it is impossible for him to be concealing what is happening. He would be screaming at the top of his voice if indeed there was some genocide, or if there was some specific calculated targeting of Muslims, of Christians. But he knows there isn't, and that is why he is not doing so.
But let me play you a clip from President Donald Trump about this.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about, and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. These are cherished people. These are great people. Leave them alone. Warning. The Nigerian government better move fast before it's too late. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
So what is your message to President Trump, who obviously completely disagrees with you?
My message is that we have the utmost respect for the United States of America. We have, by extension, the utmost respect for its president, President Trump. It's unfortunate that President Trump has been misinformed by those that trade in generalized labelings, and unfortunately, it has resulted in this statement that the engagement that is ongoing continues, so that we will provide more information and clarity. We are not the ground for either a jihad nor a crusade. Nigerians have lived in peace, relative peace, with each other for a very, very long period of time. We are the people that populate the confluence of the rivers Niger and Benue, and we will continue to do so. And it's important to be mindful of the complexity of the Nigerian state. It is a multi-diverse state, so many regards, and it is an ally of the US because we've worked successfully together in the past. And we actually appreciate what President Trump has done in the past when other subsequent US administrations would not sell Tucano jet fighters to us, planes, aircraft to us. President Trump acquiesced to that. Some of the things that we're experiencing at the moment have a direct linkage to the application of the Leahy Law to countries like Nigeria, where they were deprived of weapons to maintain peace at home and help also maintain peace in the region. This is why we continue to experience terrorism in the region, in the Sahel region, whereas in the past, when we worked successfully together with the US, you could see what Nigeria was able to achieve. We resettled Sierra Leone, we resettled Liberia, and our multinational joint task force
Minister, I'm interrupting
was very
you.
effective in the fight against terrorism. Until
Minister, just stay there for a moment, if you will, because joining me now is the former Canadian MP Goldie Gamari, host of the Goldie Show, who has spoken out frequently at what she says is a genocide against Christians in Nigeria. Goldie Gamari, welcome to Uncensored. What is your response to the Foreign Minister of Nigeria, who says there is no genocide? The numbers of those who've been killed, number of churches attacked, has been wildly exaggerated?
Well, first of all, Pierce, thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure to be here. You know, Pierce, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it probably is a duck. There is a reason that we're seeing these Islamic militants going around and yelling Allahu Akbar. That's not by coincidence. There's a reason that they are attacking Christians on Christmas Eve. Let's not forget that back in 2014, almost 300 Christian schoolgirls were kidnapped by these Islamic militants. 80 of them, their whereabouts are still unknown. Pierce, what's happening in Nigeria is jihad. It's the exact same thing that happened on October 7 by Islamists when they broke into Israel and murdered Jews, yelling Allahu Akbar. It's the exact same thing that ISIS terrorists did to the Yazidis in Iraq. It's the exact same thing that happened in Lebanon. Here's the only difference between what's happening today in Nigeria versus what happened 1,400 years ago when the Muslim Arab invaders came to Persia is that back then people did not have cameras, but today they do. It is 100% jihad. We've seen it before. This is how the Islamist playbook always happens.
Well, I don't think that the foreign minister was denying that bad things have been happening. He's just denying that it constitutes a genocide and that the numbers of reported
because his
deaths
government
of
is a part of it.
Of murders of Christians.
I think his government is complicit. Right now you have an Islamist government in Nigeria. One of the things that he didn't mention to you is that typically it's been a constitutional convention in Nigeria that if the prime minister is Muslim, then if the president, then the vice president is Christian. If the president is Christian, then the vice president is Muslim. This is intended to have a proper representation of the Nigerian population. Right now you have a Muslim president, and then they decided to choose a Muslim vice president, and so there is actually no Christian representation in the Islamist government. By the way, this is a government that is working closely behind the scenes with the Islamic Republic of Iran. You should ask the foreign minister why Nigerian school children are holding pictures of the Ayatollah, who is a brutal dictator and is murdering my people in Iran. People need to look into the linkages between the current Nigerian government and the Islamic Republic of Iran. I was a politician for 7 years, Pierce, and I can tell when someone is lying and avoiding the truth. That's exactly what this foreign minister is doing, and shame on him for lying.
Foreign Minister, you're...
With all due respect to the lady, I'm sorry, I forget her name. She has already exposed her ignorance and lack of knowledge about Nigeria, and it's easy for her to sit thousands of miles away and play games with people's lives. These are real
I'm not
lives
the one playing games with people's lives. 7,000 Christians have been murdered in Nigeria. 7,000 Christians have been murdered in Nigeria. Who's playing games with people's lives?
Does not even know whether Nigeria has a president or a prime minister. You can see how she's waffling, she's stumbling, but this is typical of...
I think you're showing your own ignorance. The fact that you're not able to actually counter what I'm saying, and instead you're going after these things that are irrelevant, that just shows how ignorant you are.
Saber rattling, trade in saber rattling, it is typical. You can see she's exposing herself. She doesn't even know the country that she's trying to start a crusade on, and drawing comparisons with Gaza. You know, it's clear what she's trying to do. We have a constitution that has... Go and read my constitution before you even try to have a discussion with me. Look up sections 10, 38, and 42 of our constitution. There is federal character enshrined in our constitution. It's part and parcel of it. And the priority is the region where you come from, because we don't identify ourselves as Muslims and Christians in Nigeria. We identify ourselves from regions, political regions.
Christians disagree.
Place where we come from, and
but do you accept? All right, Foreign Minister. Foreign Minister, let me jump in. Foreign Minister. Foreign Minister, do you? Foreign Minister, if I may. Foreign Minister, if I may, Foreign Minister. Do you accept that there is a big problem We can quibble over precise numbers, but you've already said by your own numbers over 100 Christian churches have been attacked. You won't commit to how many Christians have been killed. I think you're slightly hiding behind the fact you don't know what all their religion was. But you must know how many people have been killed.
I can give you figures. I can give you figures. You did not ask. You did not ask me. I can give you figures of those that lost their lives when.
How many Christians have been murdered in Nigeria since 2009?
Since over the last 5 years, I can categorically tell you that 177 have been killed. And it does not mean that the killing.
But you said to me. You said to me earlier. You said to me earlier you did. Yeah, but hang on. Hang on. Foreign Minister, with respect.
Muslims. They are not necessarily Muslims.
Foreign Minister.
To understand that.
Foreign Minister, with respect, earlier when I asked you that question, you said you didn't know the number because many of the people who've been killed, you didn't know what religion they were. So which is it?
Yes, so I am telling you, number killed when churches were attacked. I told you the number of the churches that were attacked.
Now, how many Christians? You misunderstood my question. How many? I want to know. I want to know. Yes, but Foreign Minister, you have had United States senators like Ted Cruz saying publicly that at least 50,000 Christians
can categorically tell you that 177 have been killed.
100 Christian churches have been attacked. You won't commit to how many Christians have been killed. I think you're slightly hiding behind the fact you don't know what all their religion was. But you must know how many people have been killed.
I can give you figures. I can give you figures. You did not ask me. I can give you figures of those that lost their lives when.
How many Christians have been murdered in Nigeria since 2009?
Since over the last 5 years, I can categorically tell you that 177 have been
killed. I think you're slightly hiding behind the fact you don't know what all their religion was. But you must know how many people have been killed.
I can give you figures. You did not ask me. I can give you figures of those that lost their lives when.
How many Christians have been murdered in Nigeria since 2009?
Since over the last 5 years, I can categorically tell you that 177 have been killed.
Now, did you all hear this Minister of Foreign? He said that for the past 5 years, it's only 177 Christians that have been killed. For the past 5 years. For the past 5 years, there is only 177 Christians that have been killed. Hey! Hello, Mero. For the past 5 years. I want to ask a question. How many were killed in Yelewata? Just in June of Yelewata. How many people were killed in Yelewata? But he's telling you that for the past 5 years, that is only 177. Yelewata massacre. Yelewata massacre. Yelewata massacre in Benue. We want to know how many people were killed in Yelewata massacre. How many? This man is here telling you. This man is here telling the world, lying to the world, that is just 177 that were killed for the past 5 years. 5 years. Please, how many people were killed in Yelewata massacre? This is Yelewata massacre where Pope Leo condemned the massacre. And here on the screen, this was when? June. Around 200 people were brutally killed in Yelewata massacre. Only in June of this day, only one day, over 200 were massacred. And then, this man here is lying to Foreign Affairs of Nigeria. that for the past 5 years, there is only 177 people that were massacred as Christians. I just want you all to pick that place out. Let us go back to his madness. Let him continue to disgrace himself.
behind the fact you don't know what all their religion was, but you
did not
must
ask
know
me.
how many
You did
people
not
have been
ask me. I can
killed.
give you figures. I can give you figures. You did not ask me. You did not ask me. I can give you figures of those that lost their lives when.
How many Christians have been murdered in Nigeria since 2009?
Since over the last 5 years, I can categorically tell you that 177 have been killed. And it does not mean that the killing.
But you said to me. But you said to me earlier. You said to me earlier you did. Yeah, but hang on.
Their lives when.
How many Christians have been?
Now, did you guys see the reaction of this this lady journalist here? When this minister lied, there is only 177 Christians that have been massacred for the past 5 years. Did you see the reaction of the lady journalist? Did you see her reaction? The lady gaped. She gaped with her hands on her mouth and said, "Hey, how can a foreign minister be lying like this just to protect the name Nigeria? Hey, this lady is not in Nigeria. She's not a Nigerian, but she knows the statistics. She has communicated with people that are dying, who carry their dead to go and bury. She has seen dead bodies and corpses that they take to go and bury. But the foreign minister is coming to say that is only 177 that have been massacred for the past 5 years. For the past 5 years.
Murdered in Nigeria since 2009.
Since over the last 5 years, I can categorically tell you that 177 have been killed. And it does not mean that the killing.
But you said to me. But you said to me earlier. You said to me earlier you did. Yeah, but hang on. Hang on. Foreign minister, with respect. With respect.
Muslims. They are not necessarily Muslims.
Foreign minister.
To understand that.
Foreign Minister, with respect, earlier when I asked you that question, you said you didn't know the number because many of the people who've been killed, you didn't know what religion they were. So which is it?
Yes, so I am telling you, number killed when churches were attacked. I told you the number of the churches that were attacked.
Now, how many Christians? You misunderstood my question. How many? I want to know. I want to know. Yes, but Foreign Minister, you have had United States senators like Ted Cruz saying publicly that at least 50,000 Christians have been murdered since 2009. If you're saying that number is wildly exaggerated, what is the number?
I keep giving you the numbers, but clearly, you are not.
You're not. You're giving me the numbers since in the last 5 years.
Accept the numbers or even listen to what I'm saying. 102, 177, number injured 98, number abducted 7. Okay, so we are not hiding any facts. But as I said, we don't go about trying to identify a Nigerian's faith when they've lost their lives. That is
but
not.
Do you condemn?
What Nigeria
do you condemn? Foreign Minister, do you condemn? Do you condemn the attacks and the murder on Christians by Islamist groups in Nigeria?
Absolutely, 100%. I lost my father-in-law to an attack by an Islamic terrorist group, Boko Haram. So I myself, I'm a victim. I've lost family members to attacks. And they were Muslims, but it doesn't matter whether they're Muslim or Christian, because their aim is to kill, to maim, so that they would achieve their objectives. And the number one enemy of Boko Haram is not a Christian. It is a Muslim who does not subscribe to their own brand of Islam.
Okay, I mean, Goldie Gamari, let me bring you back in there. I mean, there's no doubt that tens of thousands of moderate Muslims have also been murdered by Islamists. We can argue, you know, till the cows come home, frankly, about what the exact numbers are. But clearly, a lot of Christian churches have been attacked. So have a lot of mosques, where it is believed that the people who are, you know, observing their faith there are too moderate for the Islamists. So it seems like the Islamist groups like Boko Haram, like ISIS, are targeting that they don't agree with, be that moderate Muslims or Christians. Is this not, as the foreign minister is putting forward, a case of it's not just Christians being targeted and persecuted, it's also moderate Muslims, and that there's a general wider problem with Islamist terrorism?
Well, there's definitely a problem with Islamist terrorism, but just because Muslims are being murdered, it does not negate the fact that there is a targeted ethnic cleansing of Christian Nigerians. One does not negate the other. What we can conclude from this is that there is definitely an Islamist problem. Now, one thing that the Nigerian minister is purposely forgetting to put out there is that it's not just Boko Haram, it's also the Fulani militants. Not a lot of people know about the Fulani militants. The Fulani Islamists are also the ones who are generally targeting the Christian Nigerians, especially in the Plateau Belt. And I've had several Nigerian Christians come on and speak about this. In fact, I have seen videos where you have the Fulani militants, on their motorcycles with machetes. They're driving through various towns, and you have the Nigerian military who's supposed to prevent them from going. They're getting orders to stand down and allow the Fulani militants to go through. Again, Pierce, the loss of life is horrible. But as you can tell from the minister, he's avoiding questions. He's avoiding eye contact. Instead of actually answering the questions, he's focusing more on trying to attack me and trying to, go after me because I'm not as familiar with the Constitution. I don't need to be familiar with the Constitution of Nigeria to understand that, over 50,000 Christians have been murdered since 2009. I don't have to be familiar with the Constitution of Nigeria to know that when someone yells Allahu Akbar before they massacre 200 Christians and burn Christian churches, that's not just banditry, that's jihad. And I think the reason that the foreign minister does not want to admit this is because they are somehow complicit in this. And, he is purposely saying that he is willfully ignorant, because how could the Nigerian government not know if those people who have been murdered are Christian or Muslim? The reason that he's avoiding saying that is because if they actually put out formal numbers about the numbers of Christians targeted and murdered, then they will have to admit that there is a genocide. They don't want to admit that there's a genocide, but that's exactly what's happening, and I'm glad President Trump and others are calling it out.
Foreign Minister, finally, your response to that.
Well, like I said, the lady and people like her trade in starting wars in faraway places where they have no contacts, they have no understanding of, and they can do that from their armchairs from a safe distance. It's a real life situation. This lady would not know the difference between a Fulani man, a Tiv man, an Igbo man, if they stood in front of her. But you can see clearly overnight, because it pays, she's probably making money out of it.
Actually, I'm getting $0 for this. I'm getting paid zero. I'm getting paid zero for this. I have been speaking out against human rights violations. Listen, Pierce, as you can tell, he's not able to actually answer anything that I'm saying. All he does is just attack me and attack my credibility.
As many times
I think
as I
this
would
shows the viewers exactly where the Nigerian government
is going to keep on insisting that she has not heard the figures. So that's what she's trying to do. Start a war. They want to break up Nigeria the same way they broke up Sudan, and now they've run away. She's not talking about Sudan anymore. She's not talking about South Sudan.
I actually have talked about Sudan in other episodes as well.
For Sudan to be dismembered. This is what they do. This is what they do. What they try to do to Africa. Nigeria is the largest country on the African continent. It is the largest shock absorber to the African continent in terms of admitting migrants, in terms of freedom of religion. It's Africa's largest democracy. But people like you, who don't really care about freedoms, about the freedoms of either Christians or Muslims or Africans, will continue to agitate for the breakup of Nigeria for war, the same way that it's happening in South Sudan, and you've kept mum because you've moved on.
The reason
to
that
your
I
next
know,
project,
the reason
and
that I know that you are working with the
is what
Islamic
you're
Republic of
concerned
Iran
about.
is because the
You
Islamic
don't care
Republic
about the loss
puts
of
out the
lives.
same
You
narrative
probably
about
don't care.
balkanization.
You
That
probably don't care.
balkanization narrative is
For all I
something
know,
that
Africans are losing their lives. To you, it's just another black country to be broken up. You don't care who
your
dies,
hands
whether
are the
they're
one that's
Christian
covered
or
in
Muslim.
blood, not mine.
But we've seen you
Not mine.
many
I'm not
times.
denying the
And
Christian
guess
genocide,
what?
but you are.
It's not
Shame
going to
on you.
happen to Nigeria.
Shame on you.
Move on to your next project. Move on to your next, your disgrace. Your disgrace to the Canadian nation. I'm shocked that you say that you actually practice as a politician in Canada. Move on to the next episode. Leave us alone.
It was a heated one there. It was a heated one there. But you were able to see that the man did everything possible to skip every question that was put to him.
The reason that we're seeing these Islamic militants going around and yelling Allahu Akbar.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
It's unfortunate that President Trump has been misinformed. This false narrative that there's some persecution or a genocide.
Why isn't it a genocide against Christians in Nigeria?
We don't want to be the next Sudan.
You dispute the numbers that have been reported to have been killed, but you have no idea how many Christians have been killed.
We are not hiding any facts.
Right now, you have an Islamist government in Nigeria. There is a reason that we're seeing these Islamic militants going around and yelling Allahu Akbar. That's not by coincidence.
It's easy for her to sit thousands of miles away and play games with people's lives.
I perform several burials because the Islamic are controlling the government. Let me tell you, there's a genocide in Nigeria.
It is quite shocking to see that your Minister of Foreign Affairs, for those that are Nigerians, your Minister of Foreign Affairs denied that there is no Christian genocide, that Donald Trump is going with a false narrative and is going with the idea and the plan of dismembering Nigeria. And when this man was asked, now give us the actual figure of people that have been massacred since 2009. He said for the past 5 years, 177 people were massacred. 177. 177 people were massacred. We're in only June. Only June in Yelewata massacre. Only June in Yelewata massacre. You had over 200. And Pope Leo shouted about this massacre of over 200 people in June. In June, this very year, not last year. So it's quite shocking to see those that say this is Nigeria, this is their Ministry of Foreign Affairs, this is their minister. Now, the US lawmakers have gone to Nigeria and come back and confirm that you have over 600,000 people in IDP camps. So I am asking, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria, where will you put your eye now? Where will you put your face now? Hey, Alu Meru. Alu Meru. Alu Meru. This is why every Biafran need to wake up and face the reality. Yes, because Nigeria has come to be cut to pieces. And when you heard them cry, they cried that the Christian genocide is coming so that Nigeria will be divided into pieces. Yes, Nigeria needs to be divided into pieces. If it is not divided, people's life will not be safe. If it is not divided, people's life will not be safe. Because you cannot force people together and then you expect to see that they... No, you have to separate them, segment them into ways and manners that they will be able to protect their common goal. People that have the same values, people that do not plan to cut off heads of people. People that plan to cut off heads of people, you put them in a different place. Those that don't plan to cut off heads of people, you also put them in a different place. You allow them to have a Christian state. You allow the other one to have a terrorist state, so that there will be no problem. Yes. Before the forceful amalgamation of Nigeria together, where you were all Biafrans, did you have this kind of genocide? Did you have this kind of massacre? No, you did not have, until when they came with the conquest. I salute all Biafrans, and we will be back tomorrow again to continue from where we stopped. I want people to make that video to go viral. That part where the Foreign Minister of Information lied and said the numbers of people that were killed for the past 5 years, that is just 178. And also the part which the part which he said American government are going with false narrative, that the figures are incorrect, that there is no Christian genocide. Please make this to go viral so that people will see and know that you have to help yourself so that this Nigeria will come down. If not so, you will not sleep and wake up. I salute all of you and they away from here.
I did not jump in. I did not jump in. Yes, I did not jump in. They came to my house just to kill me, to kill me.
Did not jump in.
And the Igbo man did not jump in. Your Nigerian army, just to see me there. Your own cause said a defendant did not jump bail. Defendant did not jump bail. I need my witnesses in court to testify in Abuja. Oh, your own court ruling my lord. He did not jump bail. Igbo man does not run. Not jump your bail. Your own God, my Lord, said that he did not jump bail. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. I don't know why my case should be contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria, Constitution of United Nations.
Extradition from Kenya.
Your own God, my Lord, I am dead already, yes, dead already. The only thing that can bring me back is Biafra.
Igbo nation.
This life is meaningless without freedom, real freedom.
Biafra.
African man.
Freedom. Igbo nation.
Biafra. Oh, rise up like the rising sun. Nigeria, Nigeria, divide peacefully. Referendum.
Let them go.
Referendum. Now is African man, freedom, oh, Nigeria, your own call ruling, my Lord, your own call, my Lord, I did not jump bail. Igbo man does not run, real man no jump bail. Why thou prosecute me, my Lord, why persecute an innocent man, my Lord? There is God, oh yes, there is jump it. Yeah, I did not jump it. Jump it. They came to my house to kill me, to kill like Legos. Like it all gets tired.
Like it all gets tired. Like it all gets tired.
Nigerian army came to kill me, just to see